Holocaust Memories Never Forget. A Gentile Baby Boomer's Painful Journey into the Shoah. Section 5, Deutschland über alles. Part 28, from the 1st of January 1941 to the 31st of December 1942. As 1942 came to a close, Hitler tenaciously clung to the belief that he would one day rule the world, blindly discounting serious losses in Russia and North Africa, as well as firing the few military commanders with courage to speak the truth. He pressed on with the war and his raging passion to annihilate every communist, Jew, and Untermenschen with whom his forces came in contact. Hitler's ego, pride, and poor decision-making had already sealed his fate, but Germany was still strong enough to keep fighting for more than 2 years. Here are more Holocaust-related events that took place in late 1942. In December, all operations at Belzec extermination camp ceased after an estimated 600,000 Jews were killed there, along with an unknown number of non-Jews. All buildings at Belzec were demolished, all bodies were exhumed and burned, the land was plowed over and turned into a farm, then given to a Ukrainian. 1,000 Jews in Plansk, Poland were deported to Auschwitz II-Birkenau. Himmler ordered that all remaining gypsies, also called Roma, Sinti, and Layeri, in Greater Germany be shipped to Auschwitz and gassed to death. Of the million or more gypsies living in Europe before the war, some scholars believe that between 250,000 and 500,000 died at the hands of the Nazis, while others put that number significantly higher. One of the least known efforts to help Jews in Warsaw began in later September 1942 when two Polish women, Zofia Kosak-Zuksa and Wanda Krahelska-Filipowicz, created the Provisional Committee to Aid Jews, which was later renamed the Council to Aid Jews. Funded by the Polish government in exile, the organization had a code name, Zagota, and was part of the PPS, the Polish underground organization. Zofia Kosak-Zuksa had been an active leader for years in a highly anti-Semitic group called the Catholic Front for the Reborn Poland, but when she saw Germany's heartless brutality against Jews, she put her life on the line to save as many as possible from death. The actual number of Jews that Zagota saved is unknown, but historian Paul Bartrop believes that they aided up to 25,000 in the war and kept at least 4,000 from being sent to the extermination camps. In 1982, Zofia Kosak-Zuksa was recognized by Yad Vashem as righteous among the nations, joining Irene Sendler and Matilda Getter, two other Catholic women who received the same honor for risking their lives to save Jews in the war. A Polish coin was also minted in 2009 with Zofia's face on it, and in 2018 the Polish government gave her the highest civilian award, the Order of the White Eagle. In October 1942, a brilliant, multi-talented, and highly inquisitive 14-year-old arrived at Theresienstadt concentration camp near Prague. His name was Peter Gentz, and he dramatically changed the lives of hundreds of other young Jews from mixed Jewish-German marriages who had been sent there based on an order from Himmler. Peter, whose mother was Czech and his father Jewish, was fluent in several languages, including Esperanto and Czech, and by this time had written numerous literary works, including 5 illustrated novels. Once he had arrived at Theresienstadt, he and a number of other boys quickly began to write and publish a magazine entitled Vedem, meaning We Lead, which was published every Friday for 2 years and contained an amazing variety of literature, poetry, and illustrations. Sadly, Peter was on one of the last transport to Auschwitz II-Birkenau, where he died in 1944. Some of his writings from that time have survived, including The Diary of Peter Gentz, 1941-1942. As a side note, I had the pleasure during the 2011 Jewish Film Festival at the University of Miami of conversing with Sidney Tausig, one of Peter's literary friends and one of only a few boys to survive the war. Sidney was there for the screening of The Boys of Terezin and was kind enough to answer many of our questions about Peter, their life together in the camp, and the joy of writing Vedem. For those who would like to hear more about Sidney Tausig's life at Terezin, which was another name for Theresienstadt concentration camp, you can do a website search for this exact name. The Boys of Terezin, a feature documentary. During your search, be sure to spell Terezin correctly. T-E-R-E-Z-I-N. Again, The Boys of Terezin, a feature documentary.